If you play multiplayer Minecraft, you've probably got that one friend that just AFKs all the time and just isn't there. Well, that's normally me, and seeing as there's a lot of people that like to help me out on my server, I've seen just about every AFK trap known to man. So I thought I'd share some of the ideas with you to mess with your friends that go AFK all the time, and maybe, just maybe, they'll remember to stick around when they're playing Minecraft. Alright, let's get straight into it. So Epic Melon is going to be my AFK assistant today, and what we're going to do is send him high in the sky to the very limit of building. And this is what we're going to need: some slime blocks, a sticky piston, a normal piston, and a redstone block. So pretend that this is the underground and we remove all of this, giving him space, leaving him on one block. A few slime blocks in a particular pattern. It doesn't work if other way. We then need to go ahead and place our sticky piston. It needs to go specifically here, pointing downwards. We then need to place the other piston here, making sure that it's facing upwards. Anywhere else in this contraption will not work. We then remove the dirt block that he's on, and place a redstone block right next to the top piston, which then sends him on a mission to Mars, where he will eventually stop and be very confused when he comes back. But we can mess with them even more if they've AFK'd for a really long time. So you follow them upwards, and we're going to rearrange this design to send them onwards sideways. So when they come back, not only are they in the air somewhere, they're also thousands of blocks away because this machine takes them. You need to rearrange it in this specific order, and you can reuse the same slime blocks provided that they don't fall down. You then place a normal piston on the left and a sticky piston on the right in these precise positions. You will need another redstone block after this. You place one on the left hand side and you place one underneath on the right. It then sends him on his way, much like it did upwards, and goodbye Melon. Good luck on your travels. So that one was a fairly complicated one to start with. Maybe you don't have that much time. So let's go back to basics. This is the quickest and most common one. You just get as much obsidian or hard block as possible and encage someone that's AFK in it and label it to say something like do not feed or don't touch or do not talk to or anything like that. So when they come back, you get a good reaction. Of course, they'll get straight out afterwards. But if you don't want them to get out, this is the exact project that you need to do. This is kind of similar, except it is a proper trap. So we're going to be encasing them in obsidian. We need a cobweb, some redstone, and a TNT. So what we need to do is remove some of the grass underneath them and make sure that they're on an obsidian platform with a pressure plate underneath. You can then remove the grass block and they should be standing on it. Pearlescent Moon is my AFK assistant today, and we're going to be encasing her in some obsidian, much like we did Avox, but making sure that there's no iron bars so that they can't get out very easily. So once you've encased them, you need to place some cobweb just in front of them so that it's a pain to walk through. You then need to remove some grass underneath them and set up a tiny bit of redstone. But it is important that you place the redstone before we place the TNT, and that will make sense in a second. We place 2 redstone, a block, redstone torch, and then the TNT on the top. If you do it the other way around, you're going to blow yourself up. You then need to cover up the mess that you've made and wait for them to stop being AFK. You can cover up the TNT if you want, and they may just think that they're inside some cobweb, but I like to make sure they know what they're getting themselves into because there's no way out of it other than spending ages removing the obsidian. Quite a fun little AFK trap. So we're going back to basics again, and Avox is going to be joining me as my AFK assistant. What we're going to do is send him on an infinite water loop because it's really fun just to mess with people, not always to trap them or to get a reaction. It's just fun to push them around while they're not there. So you need to place 2 slabs diagonally to each other and make a perfect square around them like so. You can increase the size, but you will need a second layer on that corner, and you'll see why in a second. Once you've done that, you place a sign and then a bucket of water, making sure that he is now in the middle. You can, if you can't push them, place a piston just to push them into the water and watch them as they infinitely spin round and round and round on your water merry-go-round until they realise and wonder what the heck is going on. Now,